Hello everybody. So welcome back to today's episode of Cricut 101. Now today I am going to be showing you guys how to put together your cup or tumbler. Now in this video you will see me going through the design process of creating a name, putting it into Cricut Design Space, and going through the cutting process. However, I am not going to go into detail. It will be up to you if you need extra help to review those previous videos. Now, let's get crafting. For this project, you will need paper towel. You will also need rubbing alcohol. In addition, you're going to need a light grip mat and weeding tools and scissors, as well as strong grit transfer tape. In addition, you're going to need 2 different color vinyls, permanent, a cup or a tumbler. You will also need a Cricut Explorer. I'm using the Explorer Air 2, Cricut Design Space, and a laptop or tablet. So in this video, I'm very quickly making me a decal to put on my cup. In the previous videos, I showed you in depth how to access different fonts. I also showed you how to work the different features and the different tools on this app, Cricut Design Space. Once I'm comfortable with my design, then I'm moving on to the cutting process. Again, look at previous videos to see the exact things that you need to do in order to start your cutting process. All right, in this clip, you are seeing me starting the cutting process for the first layer that you will be putting on your cup. You see that I loaded the mat and I'm starting the cutting process. Remember, your Cricut Design Space will let you know when you need to press the different buttons. Again, this is another clip of me actually adding the vinyl onto the cutting mat. As you can see, I made sure that I had the shiny side up. And I am going ahead and loading it in my mat. As you can see on my screen, the screen changes with each button that you need to press. But again, if you need more help in order to remember these steps, please view the previous videos. Now, this is a new step in our design process. What I'm doing is I am going around my actual design and I am making sure that I am cutting out the decal and I am not cutting into the decal. So I'm looking closely to make sure that I'm following the outline of the design. Next, I'm taking my weeding tool and I'm very carefully removing the excess vinyl from around the design. I'm then going in and removing any pieces that are not needed for when we start layering the design. As you can see, this gold piece is very detailed, so I'm taking extra most caution to not pull up the design. So I'm going to take my time. I'm taking the weeding tool and getting into every loose piece off of the design. Next, I'm taking the transfer tape. I'm taking my decal and I'm placing it on top of the tape and I am using my scissors to cut out an outline. Now, what I like to do is I like to cut it a little bit bigger than the actual design so that I have something to grip when I'm applying the decal to the cup. Next, you see I'm taking my weeding tool and I'm getting in between the backing and the actual tape. I'm going to carefully place the tape on top of my design. And right here, I'm pulling it up so you can see it. Then I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to do the same exact steps. Now, as you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to get the transfer tape from off of the backing. Don't let that stress you out. Sometimes it happens, especially depending where you actually cut it out from. So what I like to do sometimes is poke a hole in it, or I might rip a little teeny tiny piece of it in order so I can get my tool in between the tape and the backing. So as you can see, I just did a little bit of maneuvering and I was able to get it off. Again, don't let that make you stressed out or stop you. Next, I'm going to take the alcohol and a paper towel, and I'm going to rub it all over the cup so I can get off any excess oils or dirt. The reason why we're doing this is to ensure that our decal sticks and does not move. Next, I'm going to put the cup in between two of my vinyl rolls, and I'm going to carefully remove my decal off of the backing of the transfer tape, and I'm going to place it onto my cup, and I'm going to carefully do it so that I don't get any bubbles. Here I am taking the transfer tape off of the decal. I use strong grip transfer tape, and that's why it's taking me a little bit longer to take off the tape, but it is okay. Just take your time and move carefully. All right, after I finish that first layer of a decal, now I'm going to take my second layer. I'm going to make sure that I line the top layer up with the bottom layer so that it's right in the middle and looks beautiful and nice and neat. Now I'm going to slowly, that is the key, take off this top layer. You do not want to rip those letters. You also do not want to accidentally cause your bottom layer to pull off as well. So as you can see, I'm taking my time. I stopped and I also started again when I felt like I was going too fast. Right now, I saw that there was a little bit of excess glue from the tape. So I'm taking the alcohol and I'm wiping it off. And once I feel confident with it and the way it looks, I am going to present you my new cup. Congratulations, everybody. You made your cup. You were able to apply all of the cutting processes. You were able to apply the design process, and you're able to successfully create your cup or tumbler. Now, go ahead and start crafting even more things. Use your Cricut to be able to make cards. You can also use your Cricut to make t-shirts and hats and anything else you can think of. So have fun and get to crafting.